Hello, this is old Mr. Kent of MrKent.com, and I had a request to show folks a little bit about my e-bike and the things that I carry in case of emergency. That request came in after I put up the video on getting a flat tire on my e-bike ride. So I thought I'd show you that, and then also help with a few suggestions if you're new to riding an e-bike. I started about 3 years ago and have, I have probably close to 3,000 miles of e-bike riding at this point. So let's get started. This is my bike. I got it from Rad Power Bikes, but I wouldn't suggest getting one from them. They have no more customer service. That's all shut down, so I don't know what the deal is, but a good place to go for all parts and good customer service and a new bike is Electro Bike World, and I'll put a link to it in the instructions down below. Okay, so let's take a look. First of all, it came with a carrier on the back, but I had to buy the carrier on the front, and the reason for that was because I was running out of room to carry stuff on the back. And then I also this is the second group of carrier what do you call them, bundles or pouches, and they're much better than the first one I got. So I don't know if I have a link to that. I can try to remember to put some of this stuff. They came from Amazon, and one of the things that you want to make sure is they can't be stolen. And so if you look close, they can't, the way they're made, anybody could unclip them and take them off. But if you look close, right there, that's a zip tie, okay? And so that keeps it, by the way, we have goats and chickens here. And so that if they were going to try to get that off, they'd have to have a pair of wire cutters to get that off. So that's, if you have a pouch that you want to carry on your bike, I would suggest that you just zip tie them on rather than just use the standard. Okay, so what do I carry when I go? By the way, I bought a different seat immediately after getting the new bike. I'm 81 years old, and comfort is pretty important to me, so I wore one seat out. This is the second one I've had on this bike. So let's take a look here at what I carry. Okay, that's what people wanted to know. And so we'll open that up. And what is this for? How come I carry a screwdriver that big? Well, when it's time to take the battery out, which it is, I need to put it on charge. You can't, unless you're very muscular, you can't get that up. So what I do is I carry this screwdriver, and then when it's time to take the battery out, now it's loose. Now I can get it out. Of course, you got to pull the seat up. Come on, to get it all the way out. But that's all right. I'm going to be taking it in the house to put it on charge. But now you can see that it's free to pull out of the bike. So that's what that's for. Okay. Then also, this bike comes with a tool pouch, which I suppose a lot of bikes do. And then I have a pair of gloves that I wear generally in the winter time. When it's cold, I'll wear those gloves. Let's see, we'll just try to put those there. And then I have some other tools that didn't come with the bike. And then I have a wiping rag and sponge cords. And then this, which I hope I never have to use, that's a kit to patch the tires. Now, my oldest son, he rides a bike all the time and rides many miles to go to work and back. And every once in a while, he'll get a leak or something, and so he'll stop on the road, on the side of the road, and patch the tire. So, and he explains how it's done. So, so I can actually patch my tire if I need to, and I hope I never need to. But anyway, that's what I carry there, is a couple of bungee cords, and my gloves, and the toolkit, and my pry bar, we'll call it that. Okay, so that's what I carry in the back, and those are, some of them are essential, some are just for safety's sake. So what I carry in the front, we'll take a look at that. Whoops, the zipper is here. And by the way, in the video that's coming up, I'll show you where I stop and pick up the mail on the way home from my morning bike ride, and I put the mail in here. It works really nice. So this is that pump that I used to pump the tire up when it was low. These are tie down straps. This is the air gauge for the tire, and this is a lock, and I carry it with me because if something happens and I can't take the bike home, I have to leave it, I'll find a tree or something to lock it up to. And then of course there's some more bungee cords to go if I need them. So I got plenty of bungee cords and stuff that I need. I can't think of anything else to tell you about, because that's what I've found that I needed those over my time of riding my e-bike. So another thing, I was keeping the tires, I was keeping the back tire at a low pressure, like around 10 pounds, and I had this slow leak. Now in a recent video I replaced the tire and tube, but anyway, I had this slow leak. So I realized, after figuring things out, that you have to have enough pressure in the tire to keep it from passing through the valve stem core. And so 10 pounds wasn't enough, because when that's 10 pounds per square inch. So if you take the diameter of that valve core, you're going to realize that there's hardly any pressure against it. So what you do is you put enough pounds in the tire, and that pushes that valve tightly closed. Otherwise it's just the spring that's holding it, and that's how come I kept getting a slow leak. So I'm experimenting with that. Right now I've got it at 13 pounds. I don't want to get it too hard, because it's a softer ride if you don't get it too hard. So anyway, and I'll be taking the battery in to charge it up. Also, if you're going to ride an e-bike, make sure that you use a rear view mirror. If you don't have one, you won't realize how much it'll help you when you actually start riding. So anyway, and then this is where I put my phone. That's a reminder to close the shop door when I use my son's shop. When I used to keep it in my son's shop, I put that there to remind me to close the door when I left. So if you have any comments or questions, don't hesitate to put them at the end of the video. And hopefully this has been helpful. And let's move on. Let's take a look at the e-bike ride that I took this morning and some of the things that I enjoy seeing. All right? Good morning. Alright, so we'll get started on our bike ride. I take this bike ride almost every morning and follow the same route. You're always going to find something interesting, not early in the morning, but almost every morning I find something interesting. And so this morning, when I went for my e-bike ride, I found some things that you might enjoy that I share. As I was coming down this paved road, there was a guy who looked like he was unloading a big tractor, and that's a fairly huge tractor. So I thought, well, I think I'm going to watch this. But as it turned out, he wasn't unloading. He'd been there loading it up. Now he was strapping it down with the chains. So I missed on that. But then I came further on my ride, and they just got through installing or laying water pipe, real honest-to-goodness blue water pipe, on that side of the road. And then, as you see here, they're digging in the same area where the pipe is. You can see that guy with his arm up. He's telling the guy in the tractor not to hit the pipe. Be careful. Just kind of scrape it along real careful. because they just installed it. I don't know why they were working on it, but looks like they had to dig up something. Maybe there's supposed to be a shutoff valve or a vent valve or something there. Anyway, so I thought, well, that's kind of interesting after they just got through putting a water pipe all the way down the road. And in that spot right there, there was something need to be fixed. And then I go ahead and I ride my bike into this area. I love this part. Now let's listen.
Hi.
Hi, how are you doing?
Good.
Going to school today?
Like your little bike.
Have a good day. I guess I can go now.
I like your bike.
Thank you. Well, I don't know what grade she's in, but she's a cute little girl. And so then, as I come to the end of my ride, as I said, I pick up the mail every day except Monday, because Monday, well, that's the day after Sunday, so usually we don't get any mail on Sunday. So anyway, there's the locker, and I found a couple of pieces of mail that had come. This was Thursday morning, and so these had come yesterday. So everybody's willing to wait a day so they don't have to walk. It's a half a mile to the mailbox. So that's what those pouches come in handy for, is just carrying things on your e-bike when you're riding. So here I am, headed home again. And I want to thank you for watching my video, and God bless.